You are entering the cosmos.
Hello, cadets. My name is General Lemuel T. Howitzer, retired. And with me here for this show of General Howitzer's Big Monster Briefing Room is Major Hazzard.
Major Hazzard, as I change my...
Do you not salute an officer when you come in the room?
Yes, General, retired, yes.
Retired. All right. Let's explain the show for the people who are watching and what we're doing here. I was a general who used to work for the Pentagon, the Special Monsters Division, and we were hoping to show clips from this training film from 1962. It's by Allied artists. It's a training film called Day of the Triffids. So it's kind of an old training film, but there's a lot of valuable information in this film that we would like to share with you. Unfortunately, because the social media today is skittish about showing clips in their shows, we have to just show you pictures. And I'm going to do a timeline of the movie and tell you little things that I noticed in the movie. And again, we're going to let the crowd who are watching chat with us and tell us how they feel about these things in the movie. Does that sound okay to you, Major Hazzard?
Aye, General.
Aye. Seriously. Okay. Obviously, we're aboard a pirate ship now.
We're aboard a pirate ship, but the main thing to remember is that Major Millie is from Yonkers, New York.
Yes. Oh, your accent finally showed up.
My accent finally showed
How
up.
nice.
And that's it took a little bit of a while, but it's there.
How nice.
And I'll call you later. The main way to remember is to say I'll call you later. And I like to get a bagel down there in the South Bronx. And I don't know. I'm a big fan of yours, General. And I'm so excited to do this monster show with you. You know, ever since I was a little girl growing up in Yonkers, I've always liked monster shows. And this Triffids thing, when you told me about it, I was like, this is so cool because I love studying monsters. You are from the Monster Division. And to me, I only knew about them from the media. I didn't know there were real monsters in the world. But there's actual real monsters in the world.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I learned.
Oh, yeah. You're going to learn a lot here, Major. Again, she's new, folks. Work in progress. Yes, a super soaker. These are high-powered water guns that you use when you go to the pool and the beach. And again, you can put stuff in it. You can put holy water in them to kill vampires. They're great. They're great to have around the house. Hey, put some Roundup in there. You know, if it kills humans, you know, it'll kill Triffids, I bet. It's weed killer. Roundup. If nothing else, you can throw all the lawyers that come to your house that are looking for Roundup people. You throw them to the Triffids. Let them eat lawyers. Good idea. Sacrifice some lawyers for the greater good.
Hey, I highly resent that because I actually went to law school before I went and got my PhD in biology.
Why did I know you were going to say that?
I'm just going to let you know, I love you, General, but I highly resent that. My brother, he's a neurosurgeon and he's also a justice. So I'm just going to say that, of a state. I'm not going to say the state, but, I'm highly educated, General. I'm just reminding everybody.
Just one more reason to love you. Next to me here is... but she disappeared.
Sorry, I had to get in my
Yonkers.
accent. I had to get into my accent. The way that I remember how I'm supposed to talk is I say, I'll call you later. So I went off screen. I said, I'll call you later. And I'm trying to get it. I'm Major Millie Hazzard, and we're here.
Yes, this is Major Millie Hazzard.
I'm a little disheveled today.
You were supposed to salute me first, but that's okay.
Well,
I'm retired.
you didn't give me the option there, General, but it's all right. It's okay.
You had your opportunity.
I'm a little dish.
I'll train you. Don't worry, I'll train you.
Well, this is the big monster, briefing room. So of course you're going to train me. I want to tell everyone why I'm disheveled. Millie likes to always be very shoveled, but today I'm a little disheveled.
Yes, usually you're shoveled.
I'm so
But
much
now
more
you're
shoveled than
disheveled.
usual. Now I am disheveled. We have disheveled us. I want to say shout out to my girl Bathsheba. She's in the audience. To Kenny Howes. He's a famous musician. Welcome, Kenny. We got Dennis DeFlamuri here. I can never say his last name, but he's an awesome artist and he does cool stuff all the time. We got Jay Link here, who's a dream maker. He's the rainmaker. Everybody loves Jay Link. You know what I mean? Personal friend of mine. We got Charlie Thompson. He puts us in his pocket while he chops wood. Charlie Thompson puts us in his pocket. He chops some wood. He goes walking for 18,000 miles a day. He's a trooper, I'll tell you.
At 1:11:30, an atomic bomb switch that looks like a thermos. Now there's a first. So if you were building an atomic bomb, would you make the push button look like a thermos? Seriously. All right, and just a minute later, at 1:12:30, the guy sets the bomb off, and then Godzilla steps on the building, and it crumbles down on top of him. Bad karma. And he says, can we bring up that next picture? I set the timer for 2 hours. Well, that's plenty of time. Wow, thank you for giving us all that time. 2 hours? Whatever happened to self-destruction in 5 minutes, 10 minutes? That brings up a little more tension. But God, these guys got 2 hours to get off the island. Wow, you could just swim out into the ocean for 2 hours and be probably far enough away. Yes, it's Rory Penland's birthday today, so somebody thought fit to say that.
Yes, happy birthday to Rory.
So happy birthday to Rory Penland, wherever he is.
He's amazing. I feel like he's eating a steak right now. Is what I'm hearing is that he's eating a steak. So
yes,
he deserves
I know he's quite partial to prime rib. So, and au jus gravy. So I hope he's enjoying to know him right now.
You seem to know him
maybe
quite
he's watching
intimately.
the show and maybe he'll go out for that afterwards.
I feel like you know him quite intimately, General.
We are very close.
Very close. Yes, I understand.
That's me on top right there. So.
And I saw somebody mention, don't forget about the druggies on bath salts. That is true. Up here in New York, in the city, that happened up here, man.
I remember the first instance of that happening down in Florida, down in like Miami. A guy tried to eat a guy's face.
Yeah,
because he was on bath salts.
He was eating the guy's face down in there in Florida because of the bath salts. So if people actually turn into zombies when they get on the bath salts, they get a little hungry for cannibalism. I don't know.
People laugh at me and tell me, no, there can't be a zombie apocalypse, but there can. I mean, I'm telling you, it can happen. Let's address the elephant in the room right out of the gate, okay? The theme song to this movie, the title song. Oh my God, what is this? A mambo, a cha-cha? Beware of the blob, it creeps, it sneaks. What is that?
I think it's very festive. I think it's very sweet. I kind of like it, General.
Well, it certainly makes you remember it because it's just so out of place. I mean, when you see a training film like this, from the 50s especially, you expect a not a see, you can see my notes.
But I think it puts the audience in the right mood to accept the blob, because I don't even know if you know or if our audience knows what blob means. I went into Webster's. I actually opened the dictionary and it said something about viscid, which I don't even know. Do you know, General, what viscid is?
Viscid?
Viscid. It said viscid in Webster's. That's all I'm going to say.
Biscuit.
It said viscid.
What?
No, it didn't say. It was with a V. It's with a V.
You put
with
blobs
a
on
V,
biscuits?
General. No, it's something about viscid. All I'm saying is that I think that we should write to Merriam-Webster and let them know that they should include this horrible, horrible monster into their thing about blob. I don't know why he wasn't represented.
Okay. So what did the dictionary tell you the definition of a blob was?
It's a small drop of something and then viscid. It's like a dollop. It's like a dollop, essentially.
Anything else?
Well, I could let me think hard.
I've got a feeling you're only giving me half the definition here. You called me crazy.
It's a small drop. It's a small drop or a lump of something, General.
Okay, a lump. Okay,
A
that's
lump.
more like this thing.
Do you know,
It's
like
more
a
of
little lump?
of something.
Yeah, just like a little lump, which doesn't sound quite as irksome as this thing actually
And it's
turned out to
viscid.
be. Viscid. Yeah, you gotta
Okay.
say it right, General. I know
think you need
can
to
do
look up
this.
the word viscid. I'm not sure anybody knows what the hell that is either.
Now I'm gonna have to go and look up another word. It starts with the V for anyone who wants to look.
And again, as far as the song putting you in the mood for the training film, come on, it puts you in the mood for a cha-cha dance, for a tango. Dun 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 dun. There goes the blob. Dun 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 dun.
You're enjoying this so much, General.
Oh my God! It goes through air vents too. Great. It can squeeze through anything, like a Play-Doh Fun Factory. Do you remember those Play-Doh Fun Factories? And anybody that's ever played with a Play-Doh Fun Factory and not thought about pooping, yeah. Anyway, okay, I'm digressing. 110. This is when you yell blob in a crowded movie theater when it's coming out of the tech booth there, the projection booth. Hey, there he is, Bob Ross. Welcome.
Hello, Bob Ross.
I
just want to say hello to Bobby. Everybody loves Bobby. We love you up in Yonkers. We just love you so much. Thank you for attending the show. And it's not a show, actually. It's a training film. It's a training film learning experience for the American people, right, General? Which, by the way,
that would be a correct assessment.
General.
This, by the way, is not Bob Ross the painter. He passed away a few years ago. This is the Bob Ross that's got a nice bed and breakfast in Athens, Georgia.
Oh, never mind then. I'm sure he's a nice guy, but I was talking about the happy little clouds. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, happy little trees. Woohoo! No, yeah, he's a great guy, but this is a great guy too, and he's a fan. He comes here and he comes every episode, and this is like our 5th or 6th one now. So we appreciate you hanging out with us, Bob, and learning how to kill kaiju and other monsters that will threaten your existence. Zeus gives a little wink to another goddess. Look at that. He's looking over his right shoulder. See that? Even up there. He's trying to make out behind his, and it goes right over to her. He doesn't care. He's the god of the gods. Yeah, he even goes over to her and gets a phone number. MM is here. Welcome. Facebook user, always good to have you here.
We love our Facebook users. We invite all of you to please come, and you can always say your name. If it says Facebook user, you can always preface your comment with your name. So thank you very much for being here. You all are welcome.
I always feel like I don't trust people who just say Facebook user. Like they're gonna take a slap at me anonymously.
No, I don't think so. No, don't be paranoid. That's because you were on the battlefield. I know you're battle tested. I know you're battle abused. We thank you for your service.
Shell-shocked.
But you're a little shell shocked. I understand a little PTSD. It's a very real situation, but it's okay, General. You're among friends.
Got some of that Mothra powder on me. Worse than
Do you have
Agent
your
Orange.
peach tea? Do you have your peach tea, or is it orange tea this time?
I was just water.
Orange tea.
Yeah,
okay.
Just water. Just kind of clean out the system. At my age, sometimes you got to drink water.
Are you going to be
you
regaling?
Can't just drink Coca-Cola and Mr. Pibb and all that crap all the time.
Are you going to be regaling the audience with your noises again, your general noises, like the peach tea? We had a different side of you with the peach tea. So I think that our crowd is just wondering if you're going to have any of those noises.
We'll see.
I think you almost had one right there. That was a very good effort.
See.
I heard a little something.
The Exilians meet with the Japanese leaders on the beach. Here's the picture of it. Where the hell did that table come from? That's what I want to know. How quickly they got that table out there on the beach for these guys to meet at. I watched the movie. There's nobody with a table walking around anywhere. So at the meeting, the Prime Minister, the head of science, the head of Space Authority, the head of the military, they're putting all their eggs in one basket at this meeting. If these ex-aliens were really bad, they could have just shot everybody at the table. Okay, so I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have done it that way. And a lot of people were showing their headshots on Facebook and social media this past week, and I just wanted to show everybody mine. Can you see that? That's my old headshot. So hope you like it. So anyway, if ever Major Hazzard has to miss a show again, that's how I'll show the pictures from the movie. I'll just show them on another phone or an iPad or something. Major Hazzard, are you there? No, she's not.
Oh yes. You know, a girl had to do her makeup. You know, I just had to like prim and proper for you, just making sure I look good. I mean, I'm from Yonkers, you know, and we're like, you know, they grow some real women down there in Yonkers.
Yonkers.
We like to put our face on before we come to make you guys, you know, face to face.
So you were powdering your nose.
Yeah, I was powdering my nose and a lot of other different things too. But anyways, thank you, General. Somebody in the audience, or the cadets, but I just wanted to say audience because it's fun to say audience, is someone in the audience said,
Word.
love sauce. I put the tomatoes
word.
in my sauce. Okay. Have you had green fried tomatoes, General?
I have not. Again, I have a hard time with the tomatoes with the jelly part inside and the seeds. Again, I like them in sauce.
I only like them. I'm looking at it right now. I used to love tomatoes, but only in sauce. Only in sauce. When I do them to tomato sauce, I put it in the marinara. I don't know if you like a good Italian meal. I'll cook you one sometime, General. But I just, you know, but I can't eat them raw anymore. You know, it's just too much of the jelly and the seeds, and there's like guts.
Dahlia onions raw, and no.
But in sauce is where they really
I'm not
shine.
gonna bite into one.
In the sauce, but also hot sauce. I also like a little Texas Pete. You can put a tomato in a lot of different things. You don't have to eat them raw. I know a lot of people do eat them raw, but it's
Tomatoes,
too gross.
Peppers, vinegar.
Yeah,
hot sauce. Got it.
That's right. Okay.
Say hot sauce.
Hot sauce.
Very good. Good Yonkers words.
It's how we talk. We get a cup of coffee. We call each other on the phone and we talk, and that's just it. And then we have some tomato sauce.
Now we finally see the military engagement and the tomato stomp. Why? Go back to that last slide. The tomato stomp.
You know this. Did you know that you see that guy right there? He's not actually wearing his uniform because I think he's got like a hairy chest, kind of open and exposed to our audience here.
Yeah, he unbuttons his shirt. And he doesn't have an undershirt on.
It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace.
He's out of uniform.
He's out of uniform.
He's out of uniform.
I feel like I don't know what to say. I don't know where his commanding officer was. Trying to be like Elvis. Experienced.
What
patriot.
a cast!
It's an amazing.
Rory Calhoun, the classic cowboy actor. One of your friends in the Cosmos creative Tardon Media Universe. His name is Rory. He was named after that guy.
Roy Penland was named after that guy?
He was named after that guy. His father was a big cowboy film star.
The famous Roy Penland?
Was a big cowboy film fan.
The famous Roy Penland, the man of 800 voices?
I think it's 1,000 voices now. But anyway.
It's 1,000 voices. Oh my gosh. He's like so famous. I can't believe he was named after this.
He's in this. Hilarious. Not only that, I mean, before he did Motel Hell, he was in this. Anyway, Stuart Whitman is in this. Jamie Lee Curtis's mom is in this.
Jamie Lee Curtis's mom is in this? Wow, Psycho. That's amazing.
She survived the shower scene, and now she's, fending off killer bunnies with road flares. You gotta love that.
I still feel a little bad for the bunnies, for the rabbits, but I feel like people are saying that Roy's a cool guy.
For man-eating giant killer bunnies, okay? I understand the little cute, fuzzy, furry bunnies, but don't feel bad for the giant ones.
Well, we'll check
They're
it
nasty.
out.
They're gonna blow up some bunnies.
Oh yeah.
Take a good look at that mine shaft, Hazzard. What are your thoughts?
I'll tell you my thoughts in about 10 seconds.
Wow, that's a long time to think.
Are you talking about cameras, or are you talking about?
I'm talking about that mine shaft. Look at that. It's a very ominous-looking mine shaft.
What kind of shaft? What kind of shaft are we talking about, General? I think
like I just shafted you, and I didn't mean to. We
gotta move along, I guess.
Okay.
I can't find my thoughts.
Like one of those toy mine shafts from the railroad track. The toy train things.
Oh yeah, okay. Saying. That mine shaft looks like one of them. Okay. It looks like one of them electric train, set mine shafts. You know what I mean? Yeah, I remember, and oh shit. Yeah. Boom.
Okay.
There we go.
Hello, cadets. We are live, finally. Sorry about us being a few minutes late, a few minutes tardy. That's not what I like. You know that.
I know there's a Dennis Tardon, which is tardy. It comes from the same thing, so we were a little tardy. You know what I mean?
Well, he
But
can be tardy to whatever he wants, but I don't like being tardy.
it was Dennis's fault because I was texting him. You know what I mean? He was texting me. It's his
yes,
fault.
it was your fault, Hazzard.
It was the Tardon tardy. It's the Tardon
I kept saying,
tardy.
we're running late. We gotta get going here.
Good, gotta get going. It wasn't the general's fault, everybody. It was Dennis Tardon's fault. I'm just gonna let that go. All right.
I'm sure Dennis Tardon's gonna love hearing that.
We won't tell him. Shh, everybody. We won't tell him. We don't want that.
To my viewers who don't know who Dennis Tardon is, he is a news media mogul, and he's got his own network, and somehow Hazzard is connected to him. He's worshiping the ground that he walks on. We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Every day.
So anyway.
Anyways,
now we're finally live, and this is a very important show because we're going to talk about one of the most deadliest kaiju in Japan, Rodan, who reared its ugly head in 1956 in this training film that we are about to talk about.
So now we got, I got a video I got to play. I'm going to play a video for everybody.
Oh, you're going to play the, okay.
I'm going to play a video. Right. There we go.
Hey,
this is scary.
I just want to say that I'm very proud of you guys for putting that Yonkers girl on your television show. She's representing, and I really like that, okay? So you guys, you have a great show, okay? I love yous. I watch your show all the time. I love all the monsters. And I definitely love that Major Hazzard. Ooh, baby.
I think there's definitely going to be a restraining order in your future.
Well, I don't know. You know, the way he said Yonka's girl was kind of sexy, so I'm going to take down his number privately. You know, he said Yonka's girl, and he looks like
I'll give you his email address.
Looks like he walks out a little bit. Very enchanting.
Does he?
Very enchanting. I gotta say. Don't worry about it. I'll deal with it behind the scenes. Everybody, just don't worry about it.
Blowing up the White House. Why do aliens just immediately want to go blow up the White House?
They always do, General. You know why? Because you have to take out the head. They're always trying to come for our leadership, which is why I'm so glad you give your
Mars Attacks. That was another one. Mars Attacks. See my finger? Mars Mars Attacks. I always get backwards. I always think that it's the left hand and the right hand. Anyway, you know, I mean, ID4, Mars Attacks, they all go right for the White House. You know?
It's really the first thing they do because they want to create chaos, and you have to take out the leadership to do that. It's military strategy, General.
Don't they know that when there's an alien invasion, though, the president's not going to be sitting in the Oval Office going, hey, I wonder where those aliens are?
Well, sometimes
they do. Happen.
In some of these training films, that's what they do.
They fly them out to a bunker somewhere.
Almost
the vice president's on the front line going, God, I hate this job.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we do it.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my PhD?
Oh, make the noises. That's what they're waiting for.
Oh, not that noise. Okay.
Not that one.
The noises, I'm not sure. You know,
the peach tea noises is what the people want.
I think we could repel an alien invasion if more people just farted at them. I do. You just fart at an alien, and the alien's like, go to another planet.
What if they like it?
I think so.
They could use it as a fuel source.
Oh,
they might like it as a fuel source.
You do that as George Takei.
Oh my! Oh my!
Oh, you're doing pretty good, George Takei.
I just discovered that. I just discovered that talent. I didn't know I had that talent.
Now I want you to say, "Hey, galactic greetings."
Hey, galactic greetings.
That's not bad. That's pretty good. I'm just the steering guy. Yes, one of the things about this film when it first came out was the surprise as to what the monster was.
Oh, the surprise!
Yeah. It's got claws, we know that, but what kind of monster is it? It flies, but what is it? And it turns out to be a bird.
A boy.
Bird.
It's a boy.
Yes.
It's a boy.
It's a giant bird. And what kind of bird? Oh my gosh!
Giant.
Some would say a parrot. Some would say a buzzard.
Or a toucan. Two can play at this game.
Toucan.
Two can play at
my nose. Wherever it goes. Or commercial. Fruit Loops commercial. Anyway, it could be Toucan Sam. It could be a mutated Toucan Sam. There we go.
A mutated Toucan Sam. Try saying that three times
really
fast.
Good. I never even thought of toucan until you just said it just now. That's perfect.
It's very toucan-y. I think it's very toucan-y.
You come up with the most amazing adjectives. Do you know that?
I'm very smart,
Too canny.
General. I'm very
You're
smart.
You're too uncanny.
I would tell you my diagnostic test because, you know, I am a scientist and I got degrees and all that.
I'm
And
so upset because you're frozen because I know I'm making you laugh and you're going, but I can't see it. Here's something you don't see every day. 2 top brass generals piloting a suicide mission. I told you these guys were gung-ho, didn't I? Look at that. The 2 generals are the ones piloting the plane. When do you ever see that in a training film? There you go. These guys, man, they are ready for action. They are going to make this happen. Yes.
And I don't even drink, and I was having a good time.
How old were you when you did this, if you don't mind me asking? I know you were very young.
I was 19 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you weren't
I
even
was
drinking.
19 years old. No, I don't drink now unless it's a margarita. That's about my only thing I like the taste of. But anyway, I was 19, and it was a couple months, maybe a month or month and a half after King Kong Escapes wrapped, and that's when I did this. It was not planned at all. I just happened. My girlfriend and I, see, Toei Studios was very close to where I lived. And she said, "Oh, I've got a friend who's doing a movie. Let's go watch her." So we went over and we were on the set. We were watching, and the director or somebody came up to us and said, "Girls, would you like to be in my movie?" So we said, "Sure." So he put us to work.
You gotta love that.
Yeah, it was just, you know, I don't even think we got paid. I don't remember getting paid. But we just did it because it was fun, you know.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, and again, hey, we're making a movie. Come on. Yeah.
Oh, this is the scene. I felt sorry for that little guy because he was crying on the ground, and I kind of felt sorry for him.
That's why the doctor and Elliot wanted to save him.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a little kitty. He's giving you big green slime eyes to get to your sympathy.
Save me. Yes.
I agree with you. He does look kind of pathetic there.
Save me so I can kill you.
Yeah. So don't fall for
it. Yeah.
If you come up against a green slime and he's small and he's still building himself and he gives you the puppy dog eyes, don't fall for it.
That's right.
You'll get the life force sucked out of you. Did this movie give you nightmares when you did it?
No, because it wasn't scary. They were not scary at all looking. They were silly looking, you know.
Up close, they just looked silly. The tentacles with the little red knobbies on the end of them, they just look silly.
And they were short. You know, if they'd been big, tall men in those suits, that might have been more, you know, might have been scarier. But they were just short little guys in the suits, and you know, I could have. Short as I am, I could have knocked him over with one punch.
Yeah. Miss Millie Hazzard, welcome.
Thank you very much, General. Retired. I'm so proud to be here. And I also have my name tag. And I just want everyone to see that. I got my name tag here. It is not a hazard. People ask me if I'm hazardous. You know, I'm not actually hazardous, but I am here to defend our country against hazardous material. So just to clarify that.
I'm seeing paintings coming and going behind you there.
Oh, this is all top secret. You know, I'm doing this. You need
pixelization.
Well, you need clearance because I'm actually working. I'm working on some very top-notch teleportation. So it's like I'm a scientist.
It's a top secret Keith Cuts project.
Yeah, because I'm a scientist. I got degrees and everything. You know, I'm a big top-notch scientist. So I'm working on teleportation, but I can't. The details of which I cannot share with anybody.
Okay, fair enough. You know, you just gave me an idea. I think I should take a picture of this kaiju collection behind me and then put it on a green screen downstairs. Anyway, I think we just figured out the problem. Anyway, I hope that my signal is coming through clear.
This is not a green screen. This is high-level scientific research.
Of course not.
Thank you, and thank you, Cadet Farwell. We can always depend on you, Cadet Farwell, to straighten the record. Thank you. This is actually the truth right here.
Right there.
Right here.
Believe the truth. Believe the truth. There's Cadet John Phipps.
That's not
Background
true.
malfunction.
Cadet Phipps never knows what's going on. Hello, Cadet Bennett.
He's a conspiracy theorist.
He's a
Don't
conspiracy
believe him.
theorist. We don't listen to that one. Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
Hello, Jamie. Good to see you as always. Cadet Jamie, cloaking device. Yes, we're working
That's
on the
more
cloaking
accurate.
device.
Thank you. Cadet Farwell always knows the score.
Don't give too much. We'd have to kill all the audience.
We don't want to
Because
have
they
to
know
kill
too
anyone
much.
like that, you know.
They know too much. What was it they said the other night on the show? Squirrely looking. They're kind of squirrely looking.
Rebecca Twani said that the new word for the show is going to be squirrely. There you go.
Yeah. So yeah, Rebecca Brown Tawny. Yeah, there we go. All right. But I digress. In any
I
case,
would do that for her too, but I can't. My tongue doesn't do that. I can't make the noise, the growl.
Bob Hope
That's the
taught me
Roy
how to do that on the
Orbison
USO
growl.
show.
That's Roy Orbison. You know, Pretty Woman.
Well, no, actually, Bob Hope used to do that. He taught me how to do that on the
Oh,
USO show.
okay. But you could also sing Pretty Woman, though. You do a Roy
that?
Orbison, and you can do
Yeah,
it.
Roy Orbison does that too. He does the growl. You pretty woman walking down the street. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But you like it when I do that, don't you?
I love when you do it, and it makes every woman feel so ladylike. It's wonderful. Thank you. You're such a gentleman.
I'm sorry, you tickled me when you said that because that's kind of the opposite of what it actually is.
No, it's wonderful. It's so
women like to walk
nice.
by construction sites. I mean, really.
Well, that's more of a whistle. That's more of a whistle, you know. That's a little more traumatizing and threatening. I think it's different.
So this is better.
Much, much better. If Roy Orbison and Bob Hope can
Much
do it, it's better.
Much classier. What the hell was I talking about her? That's what they need on TikTok. They need one of those Gamera face things. Make everybody look like Gamera. With the two big teeth coming out of the side of his mouth. That was terrible. That was me trying to do Gamera. Okay, that was better. That was better. I just forgot. Out, not in. There we go. There's a noise for you. Hazzard.
I intentionally didn't come on because if someone wants to clip it and put it on a loop, I wasn't there to disturb it. It was
That was me
perfect.
doing Gamera. But I can't do the upswing one on it. It's too high. It's too high for me, for my voice. But I can do the downswing part, the latter part. That's pretty much what he sounds like. So, okay. I tried.
It was glorious, General. It was the best part of
Glorious.
the show ever. I mean, it was like the best
It
thing
was
that ever
glorious.
happened.
Not as good as us cracking up about, Mechagodzilla farting out of his feet, but it was there.
With the
It was
fart
up there.
button. With the
It was
fart
up
button.
there. No, I'm not going to do that again. Lowbrow humor. Not going to.
We don't want to cheapen the experience.
Damn you. Okay, just two. Now at 12 minutes, we're at 12 minutes already. We meet the general who is hoping to find these missing zombies and his miserable wife, Ethel. That's her right now. And she looks like she's right out of Isle of Lucy, doesn't she?
Yes, and I love how this general, he's trying to contemplate how to solve this. And the first thing is, let me drink this scotch. That'll
Yes.
help solve this problem.
Of course. Nothing like a good round of scotch when you're looking for zombies and you're worried about it.
I'm pretty sure that's a general thing. Actually, why don't you have scotch? You're a general.
Yeah, I'm retired.
Oh, that's it.
I'm drinking some pink lemonade now, so
Not
Anyway,
cool.
that's Tarman.
Yes.
And they got a really thin actor to play him, which was really fun. And again, his movements are very interesting. How he portrays this zombie, and yeah, so there he is. He's chasing after Tina. He's a looker. That's what I'm trying to say. At least he's not naked like the yellow guy.
He looks like Sid Haig.
He does actually. He does. But Sick Haig is a big guy. He's stocky.
No, yeah, but his face.
Yeah, but if you look on IMDb for this guy, I can't remember his name offhand, but Yeah, he looks very thin and gaunt, but yeah, he does have kind of a Sid Haig look about him. And Sid Haig does a lot of these training films. The funniest Sid Haig performance, though, ever is in Diamonds Are Forever. He plays one of the goons, one of the thugs that takes Sean Connery from the airport to the mortuary.
Yes.
And he says, "I got a brother." It's a great line. And Connery says, "Small world."
He was in he actually played the coroner in the remake of Night of the Living Dead. And when Barbara goes in there, he's like, "We're closed for business," and he's holding this shovel where he's just digging these holes. But he never he said he was afraid of fire, so he never cremated any of these zombies. So his place was just full of all these zombies.
Mm. And of course, got the little hat on. He's Captain Howdy.
Yes.
Okay. There she is.
I just, because I'm a scientist, I had to correct this because I'm very much into zoology and cryptozoology, And I wanted to say, there's Yeti, which is the white one. He's white and furry. He lives in the Himalayas. Then we have Bigfoot, who is more. And then
he's not really white. He's brown. He's brown.
Well,
but it's a light brown. It's a sandy colored brown.
Yeti is more, well, it just depends on, where he lives, because if he's in Asia, he's going to be sometimes white, but there is also Abominable Snowman. I don't know if you've heard of Abominable Snowman, but there's
they kind of allude to that because he's up in the mountains, the brown one. But again, Gregory Gannon, welcome. Thank you for joining us. He says there's no shortage of folks correcting folks in the nerd universe.
That's what I'm doing.
I wouldn't call it the nerd universe, but yeah,
that's what I'm doing right now, because we also have Sasquatch, and we also have Swamp Ape. That's another one who lives in Miami, and he likes to hang out in Miami.
Skunk Ape.
He smells really stinky. You got to go like this if you go anywhere near him. He's really stinkified. He's not a fun guy to be around. And there's a lot of them, but the Abominable Snowman, I think it tells you everything you need to know about him. He's abominable, which means he's like not a good person.
Every time you say Abominable Snowman, I'm thinking of that old cartoon with Bugs Bunny. Ooh, a bunny rabbit. I will hug him and pet him and call him George.
It
just pops in there. I can't get it out of my head once you say Abominable Snowman.
Abominable Snowman. And by the way, of course, your fans, cadets, are asking about the peach tea. Are you prepared, General? He's prepared.
Can you see it?
I can.
Peach tea makes everything better.
Just make sure that you make your noises. We've been waiting for the noises.
The captain in Yokosuka Hospital is he's pretty traumatized, but he tells them the story of a green monster sinking his ship. Yeah, okay, right. So the police find the clothes of the other five. Okay, here's the thing. They say that it was a crew of 5 in this movie, but there's 5 guys. They find their clothes, or actually 4 guys. They find their clothes between the shore. This is a math problem all of a sudden. They find their chewed up clothes between the shore and the boat. Okay. Plus the captain, who didn't come ashore naked. All right. He had his clothes on. So that's 5 sets of clothes. And then they found the clothes on the railing. That's 6. So they must have had a stowaway. That's all I'm saying. What about that? Correcting the nerds? What was that, Greg? So, yeah. Other than that, the only other thing I can think of is the captain showed up on the shore naked. The creature got his clothes, but he slipped out of his clothes and didn't get eaten. So that's the police department. They're going, oh, look at all these chewed up clothes. Isn't that weird? I'm wearing my black and white outfit today because we're doing Bride of Frankenstein today. Although we are doing it in color. But the original film, of course, is in black and white. So when we do a black and white movie, I'll wear the black and white outfit. So I hope you approve of that.
I think it looks wonderful, General. You always look so stunning and debonair. I'm just so happy, and I love the stickers. And I look kind of cute too. I think I look adorable. So,
yes,
anyways,
you do. Always.
Thank you. I have very high self-esteem. Millie has a lot of high self-esteem. Oh, I don't know why.
Nothing wrong with that.
I don't know why my name tag is wrong. That's a wrong name tag. Everybody, don't be worrying about it. I'll fix it.
You have a wrong name tag on.
I have the wrong name tag, but it's all right. I'll fix it. Don't just.
You know what comedian Dennis Miller says? If you're in your 30s and you have a job where you're wearing a name tag, you made a wrong career move somewhere online.
Well, I disagree with that, because I am a real scientist, and it was.
But
my
that doesn't
dream to be a
include military.
It doesn't include military. It doesn't include the laboratory coat, which is very imperative for my very special scientific work. So I disagree with Dennis Miller, and even though I find him very humorous as a person. But anyways, Cadet Farwell is here.
What can I tell you, folks? Here is the real Bride of Frankenstein right here. There she is, and she's coming out to find out what the heck happened to her husband. Did he run off? Did he get cold feet? And look at all, and to quote the Big Bopper, look at all these lovely bridesmaids standing around. Hello, baby. So they bring his body in. Oh, it's a shame. The monster threw him off but he's alive. It's alive. It's alive. And the old biddy's there for the scene. So he has a lot of broken bones, I'm guessing, from being knocked off the well. But hey, let's have our honeymoon. I don't know.
Why not?
What do you think about this? About her? I think she's clinging on to him a little too hard, and he's like, "Oh, dear, my ribs."
Yeah, she needs to let him rest. I mean, he just fell. She needs to let him have bed rest. She doesn't need to be worried about the wedding and running off on a honeymoon. She needs to just let him get his rest.
Okay, so let's move on to the boudoir. Again, he's looking a little blue there.
Oh, no.
But they're about to get a visit. I forgot to mention that they brought in Frankenstein and put him on the dining table, which was kind of weird. Hey, let's put the dead body on the dining table. Let's ruin that whole room. This is Dr. Pretorius. He's the one that comes to visit. The bedside banner between Frankenstein and his bride was kind of weird too. She thinks that death is after him. I think Elizabeth might be bipolar. Henry's just plain crazy. Yep.
Thank you
Very
for
good.
being here.
Now we said that she is a vampire enthusiast, but I'm going to let her tell you exactly what she is.
I am a vampire enthusiast. I am actually third generation Barbie Magee. And both my mother and my grandmother are still living. My grandmother, the first Barbie Magee, she is 112 years old, and she's the oldest person in the state that she's living in. But I'm not allowed to tell you the state because she's still in some sort of witness protection program, right? Now, she was known as Barbie the Liquidator, right? Barbie the Vampire Liquidator. And that, we think, was picked up by Joss Whedon and eventually made into Buffy the Vampire Slayer, right? So that was my grandmother. My mother, she's 87 years old and still with us. And she was Barbie the Vampire Terminator. So you can see maybe where James Cameron got the idea for the Terminator, right? And so they're still with us. My mother is actually in the next room glaring at me right now to make sure that I don't say anything inappropriate, such as
don't say too much.
My mother knows your father, General Howitzer.
Yes.
Yes. And she told me, she said, not like that. That's what she said.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, that they were just friends.
We both know how to dispatch monsters,
Exactly. It was a professional contact. She's nodding vigorously.
Okay.
Yes. So, because they were, vampire experts, you might say, they really were very busy. But, there hasn't really been a scary vampire since, 2008's Let the Right One In, the Swedish classic, right? And since then, there really hasn't been a lot of work. So I can't even really call myself an expert. That's why, I just call myself an enthusiast.
Okay. So what you're saying is there hasn't been a lot of vampire activity around lately
There's all these silly films,
that we know of.
Well, exactly. Maybe we're just not scared of vampires anymore, but there really haven't been very many scary vampires.
Well, and again, this whole thing with the, the Anne Rice thing where, vampires can be nice. Vampires are pretty and you want to be one. And, they get you in an alley and it's like, okay, give me forever life. And it's like, no, it doesn't work that way. Gonna feed.
Exactly.
And this is when, again, you might be right. The kid might be first because he's already a vampire here.
Right.
You might be right. So this little boy comes up to his brother's bedroom. Yeah, he hasn't even been reported missing yet. And the weird part is how did he get into pajamas? They must have had little kids' pajamas in the Straker house. Because he's in pajamas now
for something like that.
Again, it was just a couple hours
for everybody. Yeah, all sizes.
So that was something that kind of caught me off guard. And later, I'm going to tell you something about the Fred Willard's car. They find his clothes in the car. So we saw him walk in with his clothes into Kelly's house. How did his clothes get out into the car? Anyway, so the boy, his older brother, wakes up. Again, it's a surprise they haven't reported him missing yet or ever.
Yeah, they do seem more concerned with the older child.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad for the little one.
So, but there he is coming in the window, and he's floating in, and and he's gonna put the bite on.
Boom, 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 boom.
You're on mute. You're on mute.
All right, let's try that again. Hello, folks. Hello, cadets. Welcome to another episode of It's General Howitzer's Big Monster Briefing Room. Okay, we're already getting off to the same start we got yesterday. We do apologize for having to postpone for a day, but it was just one of those weeks for everybody. We're just So anyway. I feel like I've forgotten something. Is my mustache on? I feel like I've forgotten something now. Let's bring up Major Millie Hazzard.
Hello, General. I'm learning how to do my salute here. So I'm from New York. I'm from New York. I like coffee, but right now I'm having raspberry tea. What are you drinking, General?
Well, of course, I'm drinking Chicken. This is going to be me the whole show. Mango peach tea. This is going to be me the whole show. I can tell.
Wunderbar.
Did I say wunderbar during all that?
I don't know, but I said it.
Usually when I have a flub like that, I go right into Japanese. So get back up here. I don't want to be alone now.
No, I'm right here. I don't know. Okay, there I am. Okay.
So this sketch here in the middle here, do you think that's his sister? Do you think that's Marcia?
I don't. I don't.
Okay.
Maybe like the brows say yes, but like whoever drew that, I think would be able to nail that because his sister is played by Elizabeth Brooks,
right?
Who, yes, that was the noise I would make if I could make that noise. When I was younger, the only like girly poster that I had in my room was Fangoria magazine had a.
There you go.
It was one of the fold out posters of her, and it was probably 3 or 4. It folded out, but that poster was on my wall. It was a her from The Howling. Yeah.
I gotta ask. Was it her in the outfit just, or was it her in the outfit with green eyes and fangs?
I think she did have the fangs in. Yeah, I think she had the green eyes and fangs. I would have to check to make sure because it's been a while. But
I had to ask.
She did not look like fully human.
Well, hello there, cadets, and welcome to another edition of General Howitzer's Big Monster Briefing Room. We have an interesting show for you today, don't we? Okay, let's go ahead and bring up Major Millie Hazzard.
Good afternoon, General. It's good to see you. I always have to remember where I'm from. I'm from Yonkers, so I have to always remember where I'm from. And I'll call you later, have some coffee talk. That's how I remind myself. Yeah.
He saluted you because he's not really a 4-star general.
I'm a little bit nervous about my salute today. I'm getting a little bit nervous about my salute, but nervous. I think the word is I'm nervous about my salute. But I'm going to try it, General. Are you able to do it? Are you able to?
What, his salute or mine?
I don't know.
You're supposed to salute me first.
There we go. I'm a little nervous.
This is mine.
I'm a little nervous today.
All right. We're going to talk about The Thing with
Who's
two
your
heads.
friend? Who's your friend? I don't understand.
This is just somebody hanging around. You're just hanging around, right? Yeah, he just nodded. I don't think I'm going to be able to keep him on for much longer. I have to perform an operation real quick. Now, nothing clears out a mini market like a 2-headed gorilla.
Nothing.
And they go in and they track him down there, and he's in the produce section, and he's chowing down on some bananas. It's banana time. Now, here's a lesson learned. Feed your 2-headed gorilla before the operation so they don't run off.
This is my favorite part of the training film, to be honest with y'all, because what happened was that they didn't even say anything, and the camera just went on them, and it was like awkward. I feel like it was a little awkward that we saw it there. It was the editor was a little hesitant to remove himself from that shot, but it's a very funny shot.
I love the look. I love the look of the
gorilla.
The gorilla just saying, like, what?
What are you talking about?
The gorillas are like low key freaked out. Like they're you're right. It's like, what? What are we doing? We're eating bananas. That's what we do. We're a 2-headed gorilla. What's your problem? What's your problem? Back up.
There she is.
Hello, General. So good to be here. And yes, of course, that was the wonderful original theme song by Diane Coll, who's an amazing singer-songwriter and a comedian and a therapist. She does everything, and she wrote and recorded that for the intro. Isn't that amazing? Correct. Yes, we wanted a new theme song for the show, something fresh, something appropriate, and she was nice enough to make us this wonderful new theme song for the beginning of the show. If you're worried that we're going to lose the boo, that's going to be at the end credits. Okay, we're going to put that on the end credits and give everybody credit for what they did. Also, on this show, first time, we're going to do a timeline in a new way, which I hope is going to work. We're putting in a PowerPoint, but don't let that distract you. It should look sleek and slick, I hope. And deadly eye laser coming up here. Yeah, there we go.
What does that look like, gentlemen? Gentlemen, where is that?
Laser out of his vagina. Eye. But in Godzilla's world, it's an eye for an eye, isn't it? So pretty much. He takes out one of Hedorah's eyes in this fight too. So each one of them has one eye each.
No, come on. Come on. I can't.
But Hedorah gets him down again, and he flies his carcass into a big hole and dumps him in.
That pit scene, though, I even was scared that Godzilla was going to be finished off in that.
Well, and later on, that scene is just like, what happened? How did he get out of the pit? The next time you see them fighting, they're rolling down a mountain together.
Yeah,
it's like, wait a minute, can't you show us how he got out of the pit?
I'm pretty sure the acid was hitting at that moment.
Because he was being covered in Hedorah sludge, which was probably acidic. And he was like, I mean, there was a lot of it. How the hell did he get out of that? But they never show us. He just decided, hey, you know what? They'll never worry about it. We'll
unsolved mystery for the rest of time.
So
that's fantastic. I was thinking that what we should do is, of course, promote that our dear friend Rory Penland is having a very special event this Saturday at 9 p.m.
Why?
Well, because we love Rory, and he's a member. He's a beloved member of our network, and so I think it behooves us all to do that.
Okay. Yeah, it's tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. Oh, I'm sorry, Saturday night.
It's not tomorrow night. It's Saturday night.
It's Saturday. At 9 o'clock, he's going to do another voice challenge. He did 601 voices back a couple of months ago. Now he's going to try to do at least 800 voices in an hour. So I hope he can
That's
do
a
it.
lot. No one
I have
else
a
has
feeling
ever
he can
even
do it.
attempted it. I don't think anyone else has ever attempted it.
I don't think he's done a dry run on it. I mean, he could get, vocal laryngitis, 3/4 of the way through. I don't know. Peach tea. Damn. So there it is. I do a few voices, but he does, I guess, over 800. Otherwise, he wouldn't try to do it.
Exactly. And I think he's going to go over 1,000, to be honest with you. I think he'll go over 1,000.
Well, I don't know if he has that many ready, but okay. Yeah, that would be nice.
And the other thing we want to promote is that directly after this show, at the top of the hour at 7 p.m. Eastern, we have No Icing.
Why?
That's Sandy D's
I'm
show. We
sorry.
love Sandy D. We love all the members of our network. She's going to be there. Boondoggy's going to be there. It's going to... Who else is going
I'm just trying to send you up. That's all. I want to see those hands go up there,
They're like, no!
Of course, we want to promote Sandy
That's what
D
it comes
and
down
No
to.
Icing.
Yes. We love her.
I came up with multiple sounds for the whole thing. The movement, wet burlap sacks dragged across, sand and dirt and whatever. The breathing of it was, and this is what it was in the sound list, vampire breathing. The heartbeat was a heartbeat that I sped up and slowed down as the rhythm. So it would get really fast and then really slow and sort of a wave like that. But the roar I came up with from scratch, and I thought of the most terrifying sound to hear at night in the dark, and that was a dog and cat fight. But to mess around with it, I reversed it, and then I slowed it down until it became this guttural roar.
And there he is, John Warmer, who we saw on last week's show as the crazy old coot in Boogans. The Boogans. He is Nathan Grantham. Bedelia, where's my cake? You're all a bunch of vultures out for my money.
You bitch.
You bitch. Yeah, he's great. What a great dad. What a good father figure. We got a lot of good fathers in this. I only put this slide in here to give this poor actor who's only in it for just this shot his due.
Who is
because he gets shot. He's Bedelia's boyfriend, whom her father arranges his death in a hunting accident. Quote,
yes.
unquote.
Yes, thank you. It's all coming back to me now. And that is why she hates her father. Because
this is what sent her over the edge, yes. Because now she has to take care of him, and she knows that he arranged the murder. And there he is getting shot into the lake. And notice the edge around the picture here. They try to make it as much like a comic book as they can, which I really liked.
Yes.
So Bedelia goes out to the grave, as she does every year, smoking and drinking. Gotta love that.
Well, she's had a rough life.
And that's the infamous gravestone with a large top on it.
Yes. Oh, and that we'll see more of that later.
Yes, and then she has the flashback where she's making the cake on Father's Day 7 years prior. Now, this is kind of strange because we know what happens here.
Mm-hmm.
And I say to myself, why didn't this happen like 6 years ago or 5 years ago? Is there significance to the 7 years, the waiting 7 years? There he is again in the flashback. You bitch, I want my Father's Day cake.
And is he pounding his fists like this? I remember him.
He's got a cane. He's pounding the chair, his wheelchair.
He's got a wheelchair.
Cane.
Okay.
That was one of the things that set her off too, was the clacking of that cane on the wheelchair.
Oh, dear God.
Yes.
Yeah.
Only Stephen King can put a tidbit like that in there for you, And of course, she grabs the ashtray,
oh yeah,
the marble ashtray, and conks him over the head with it, sending him to the ground bloody and dead.
The end.
So he's like, "Yeah, you got to see this. Look over under the stairs." Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yep.
So, yeah, she bites. He reels her right in, and at first the creature doesn't go for her. It takes a few seconds before it comes out and actually eats her. Which is a surprise because you don't think he's going to eat her. It's like, oh, he's eaten two people now. He's tired and he's probably sleeping.
No,
but no, he comes out and he eats her, And then he miraculously gets another red reaction shot. Red and blue. He gets some padlocks. There you go. Perfect. Now do a reaction. Perfect.
I'm such a dork. Sorry.
Love it. Should have thought of it myself. So that's why we have you on the show, because you know exactly what we're doing here. There's big monster briefing room, which is kind of funny because today it's a kind of a wee monster. We're going to be talking about Leprechaun today, and I'm all green and camouflage with the background. The wearing of the green. Let's go ahead and bring up my assistant, Major Millie Hazzard.
Hello, General. Yes, it's a wee one today, and of course, I'm trying to figure out if I could do an Irish accent. Of course, I can't, so I'm just going to stick with New Yorker. Can you do an accent, General?
You can't do an Irish accent.
I can't. I've tried, but I can't. I'm so sorry. I wish I could. I really wish I could.
You just keep doing the Yonkers accent there.
I'll just keep doing the Yonkers. But
I hear a bell.
Yes, I have to text for a moment, but that's okay. Just continue. Speak amongst yourselves, General.
Oh, please do. So they're off to town, and the leprechaun has got his own transport.
I love it. I love the tricycle, and I love that he's proud of it. You can see that he really enjoys it, you know.
Isn't that cute?
It's just very cute, but he's like so evil, you know. It's crazy. It's such the juxtaposition of the tricycle and his grin is just hilarious. I love it.
He does have that makeup is kind of like a Joker thing, like, wait till you get a load of me.
Yeah, I think that's exactly. I think he says that almost exactly. I just want to say that we were running late anyway. Alan was not really that late. I was having problems with the PowerPoint. There was all kinds of tech. It wasn't his fault. There were tech gremlins, and Alan really just came in right when we were ready to go anyway. So I just wanted to say that.
There was no tech gremlins this time. I was proud of the fact that we didn't have tech gremlins.
Well, there was PowerPoint tech gremlins. Remember, the PowerPoint was corrupted, and it just kept giving me problem, and I was like pressing on it over and over again.
And it went at what time?
I really don't know. I didn't look, but it was. But we were late. Is what I'm saying is that we were late.
6 o'clock, it cleared itself. It was like magical. Okay. It was like, oh my God, it cleared itself just in time, and I sound great. You sound great. Hey, where's our guest?
All right. Well, let's not worry about it because he's a very, very, very important guest.
But we are so happy to have him here.
We're so happy to have him here.
We will wait for this man.
I would wait 16 hours for this man. Are you kidding me? He's amazing.
Such an authority on scares and werewolf. Let's go ahead and bring him up. Alan Hobbs.
Let's go and bring him up. Alan, thank you for being here. Thank you so much.
All right. So I have a couple quick notes. First, I have recovered from the bus that ran over me that General Howitzer just drove, blaming me for being late. Even though it was my fault, I've recovered from the bus strike. However, I want to also say that you can never have too much Godzilla dancing.
Okay.
But if you have to replace it, it should be the scene where King Kong versus Godzilla. He shoves the tree down Godzilla's throat. That's one of my favorite pieces of movie history.
The real scene or the puppet scene?
I really feel like that should.
Because I love the little puppet part of that fight in that movie. That's like better than the actors in the suit fighting, I think.
There's so much to love.
Now, he has dark brown hair here. Here's my next question in the transformation. And you know what I'm going to say next.
Why is it all gray?
And all of a sudden, he's a platinum blonde werewolf. What's going on here?
I think that's gray. That's a very natural look. So on the Wolfman, the hair that they used was yak hair.
Mm-hmm.
And this hair on this werewolf makeup is a caracal wool. And it's from a Spanish type of sheep, actually.
Okay.
And so this wool it's gray. It's a very natural fiber. It's a very coarse fiber. A lot of wool like looks fuzzy when you look at it, and like it kind of blends together. And this is coarse enough where if you look at that shot, the light is bouncing off of each individual fiber, and you can really see the texture in it. It's a beautiful look.
He's literally a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yes, he is literally a wolf in sheep's clothing.
How are you, General? How are you, Major? I am honored. I'm a big fan of you guys. Thank you for having me on the show. I'm representing a guy who's been on your show before, Jules, a.k.a. Julio Morales, who made me a special I Choose Awesome hat, custom hat. And a note from some of the people at TCB saying that they love you, and we appreciate you guys and all that you do. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Can you hold it up again so we can
Yes,
see it?
yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That's beautiful.
There's a bullseye with a circle, and it has Rory in the middle with nothing but guns and arrows and hearts.
That is awesome.
He's used to having people put his picture up as a dartboard. That's true.
Yes.
They have a night. They find Inspector Clay dead, and they have a night ceremony, a night funeral for him. Would you go to a funeral at night in a creepy graveyard?
Nah. I don't know. Back then, nah.
He should have had two backdrops, one for day and one for night. Is what I'm saying. So they bury Inspector Clay, and everybody shows up. That's Conrad Brooks on the left, by the way. And I'm going to show a picture in the General Howitzer room of me actually meeting Conrad Brooks at a Denny's a long time ago, back when the movie Ed Wood came out. And of course, Vampire was there. She's watching from a distance. Tom Mason was the stand-in, he says. And here we have the mothership. And the little ship coming into the mothership for recharging. Here is a very interesting set. When you go inside a mothership, in a movie today, it's usually very either very goopy or very technical. There's a lot of now here we have a mahogany desk. The leader looks very bored, by the way, throughout this. That's Bunny Breckenridge. John Bunny Breckenridge, who was played in Ed Wood by Bill Murray. Do you like what I've done with the curtains? You don't expect to see curtains in a spaceship, but there you go. He's also got a pen and pen holder on his desk. They use pens on his mahogany desk.